I want to answer a question that has come up several times lately. In fact, I actually got this very question today. Hey Alex, if self-storage is so awesome, I hear you talking about it and it's so great, it's the best asset class in real estate, like why are you sharing this information and why don't you just take what you've learned and just go buy as many facilities as possible? Like why do you have a YouTube channel and why do you run the Storage Wins podcast? Why do you lead the Storage Wins community and coaching others and kind of like, why would you share the secret sauce, the roadmap and the game plan that obviously has worked because of the success you've had in storage and now some of the people that have had success as well that you've shared this with? And it's a really good question and it gave me the inspiration for wanting to create this podcast and this video. And I love the question, and it's an honest, wholesome question and one that I think deserves me to openly share with you why I do what I do. And look, it's a question that at times I've wrestled with myself. But after over 15 years of being in the single family space, now another 5 years, so 20 years in real estate, and having had the opportunity of coaching hundreds of people across the country, I've realized that I don't share what I've learned and acquired because I need to. I share because I want to, okay? And today I want to break down exactly why that is. And I want to just go ahead and caution you, if you think this doesn't apply to you, I want to challenge you and I want to encourage you to listen to me all the way through because I believe this is going to connect and resonate with you. Look, number one, I have a guilty admission that I'd like to make, all right? I am not passionate about real estate, okay? I'm not even passionate about storage per se. However, I am passionate about what storage allows me and what storage can allow you to do. I used to be someone who would subscribe to the school of thought of, hey, you have to be passionate about your job and your business and what you do, it's something you have to be passionate about. And I have completely done a 180 on that. I do not believe you need to be passionate about what you do. In fact, I believe what you do, your business can fuel and fund your passion. Now, let's not get it twisted. I really, really like storage. I like real estate, but I love what it can do for me. And I love the fact that I feel like I've been taught something through mentors and coaches throughout the years. I have figured out how to do some things on my own, and I've also figured out how not to do certain things. And I want to be able to openly share that because my belief, my core belief, something that was installed in me early on in my entrepreneurial journey was that you should always have one hand up to a coach or mentor and one hand down to a mentee. And whenever you receive valuable information, think of yourself as a funnel where it should just come out the other end. Now, look, let me be clear. I don't have posters or I don't dream about storage or metal buildings on my wall, steel roll-up doors and collecting management summary reports. And I'm not in love with the product per se. I'm in love with the result, what it allows us to do, right? The fact that it can give you time freedom, financial freedom, without the traditional headaches of real estate, which I talked about in the previous one. So you get to spend time with, I get to spend time with my wife and my daughters, and you get to spend time with family and friends and doing the things that you love. You don't have to start from zero every single month like I did in my wholesaling business. You can say yes to more things and to creating memories and doing mission work or the things that fuel you. Because again, I believe that a business should fund your passion, not necessarily require you to be passionate about the thing you do. You think about I think of Storage Tank. The other day I was watching Storage Tank and that Scrub Daddy episode came on from years ago. I don't know that dude is passionate about Scrub Daddy, like a little sponge that cleans things. No, but it's what the business can do for him and how it helps people and it solves a problem. Storage funds your passion, right? Which is, in my case, I love helping people. I genuinely get energized and fulfillment from helping people, connecting with people. If you know me, you know that I like to build meaningful relationships. In fact, I talk about it so much because I believe it at my core. Secondly, It's what I touched on, having one hand up to a coach, having one hand down to a mentee. It's the way that I've just lived and operated for the better part of almost 20 years now. I've been fortunate to have had incredible coaches and mentors, advisors, people that today are still pouring into me. And I get to now take that wisdom, go apply it, learn, and then make it my own and share that with people in the Storage Wins coaching community. And it's extremely rewarding, right? Like, I genuinely get more fired up when I have a Storage Wins student close on their first or second, or in some cases already third storage deal, than when I get my own deal. That's why I started the podcast, the Flip Empire Show, now called Storage Wins, obviously, but over 9 years ago, because it was rewarding to me to be able to share what I've learned, and not just the wins, but also the challenges and the lessons learned. And it's not about me being some guru or expert, because God knows I don't have everything figured out. The one thing I know is that there's a lot more I don't know than the few things I do know. But this platform is about creating a space where we can all win and win together, right? That is one of the reasons our community is called Storage Wins. And then getting to, I think, what's probably most important is the gifts that God's given me. And my core belief is that we all have unique abilities and certain gifts that were given to us. And it's our job to be a good steward of that and to multiply it, not to bury it. So I am wired to build people up, not just build up portfolios. I just genuinely get energized helping others win, period, point blank. When one of our members closes on a storage deal and they call me, like it just happened with Mario, just less than 2 weeks ago, he sends me a video, he calls me, I hear the energy in his voice, like that fires me up. It absolutely fires me up. Again, it's why I host the podcast and why every single week I lead our Storage Wins coaching calls, because I believe that's where real transformation happens. When you surround yourself with the right people in the right community. That's why I create content every single week on this podcast and on the YouTube platform, not just to sell, but also to serve, right? It's not just about the money. That's the byproduct. The mission is helping others unlock freedom. I think it was Jim Rohn that said, or Zig Ziglar, that if you just help enough people get what they want, you will inevitably get what you want. And I have learned that to be fact. Also, selfishly, I actually am a better storage owner, operator, and investor, and deal finder, and negotiator, and the way I structure deals and everything, because I coach it. So if you want to get world class at something, learn it, apply it, and this is what a lot of people don't do. Apply it, figure out what worked, figure out what doesn't work, share it, teach it, coach others. That is how you sharpen your axe. It's not by just watching a YouTube video, reading a book, listening to a podcast. It's about learning something and then go out into the real world and actually apply it, right? That is how you get better. So every single time that we hop on one of our Storage Wins calls and we do an underwriting on a deal, or we do a case study breakdown, or we role play, or I walk somebody through structuring seller financing, or we troubleshoot operations issues, whatever the case might be, I become a better investor, operator, leader, coach. And it's just very aligned with my mission, right? Coaching does not distract me from the business. It enhances it. It's very much aligned, because at the end of the day, and I didn't make this up, but it always stuck with me, iron sharpens iron. And if you really, really want to be committed to mastering your craft, learn it, apply it, right? Execute, figure out what works, what doesn't, and go share it with others, right? Be that funnel that I talked about earlier. Another thing that I shared with this person is like, look, even if I wanted to, I couldn't do all the deals on my own. I truly have an abundant mentality. There are way more good storage deals out there that I could ever personally buy. I believe the statistic, depending on the resource, is there's between 60 and 70,000 storage facilities in the United States, and about 64% of those are owned by mom and pop operators, which are the types of facilities that we go after. So I would rather do 5 to 10 really, really solid deals every single year with my students than and help them build freedom, generate cash flow, have have everything they want, then just try to hoard it and do it all myself. There's no shortage of opportunity. So don't look at people as competition. Look at them as collaborative partners. And then what I would surmise to be the most important one, and I touched on it earlier, is it's about stewardship. It's about multiplying the gifts and the talents that God's given you. And if you don't know what that is, I can assure you one thing is you absolutely have gifts and talents. If you don't have clarity around what that is, make sure that you spend time to figure that out, because you might be doing the wrong thing. And don't sit on the sidelines. Like don't try to just hoard all this information, but give it away. The more you give and share and contribute, the laws of reciprocation are going to tip back in your favor. It's why if you haven't read the book, The Go-Giver by, I believe Bob Berg is the author, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. So help people, right? Inspire them, share, give, contribute. You're going to make more impact. That's real legacy. That's kingdom work. And that's why I'm here, right? And I get to make a really good living sharing something that I believe can change people's life. I get to do more deals with people. I get fulfillment. I get energized. I mean, it is the definition of win, 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 win all the way around, right? Which ties in really nicely to the name of this show, the Storage Win. So look, though that's your answer. That's why I do what I do. It's not just about ROI. Yes, it's a business. Yes, I'm not going to pretend like making money and a lot of it isn't important, because it is. And fantastic, because if you didn't believe that, why would you be listening to me in the first place? So I am not here to hide. I am very much for profit. I am also for profiting and helping people at the same time. You can absolutely do both. We live in an and world, and if you think you have to pick one or the other, I'll challenge you every day and twice on Sunday. You are dead wrong, and I would encourage you to fix that mindset. So if this message lands with you, if you feel that tug like, man, Alex, maybe this is something I should go all in with, I'll tell you a couple things. One, the stars are never going to align. The timing is never going to be perfect for you to make an investment into yourself, your business, and your future and your family. So if you want to explore and have a conversation about what going deeper with me and with our community would look like, head over to storagewins.com. We'll have a brief conversation. So do not let any limiting beliefs hold you back. I don't care if you don't have experience or capital, or if you've done hundreds and hundreds of deals and you feel like you're a pro. We always need to be surrounded by the right people, coaches, mentors, people that are going to lift you up and challenge you, that are going to hold you accountable, give you the guidance and support. So make sure that you are subscribed so that you're notified every single week with new shows and new episodes. And with that being said, I'll connect with you on the next one.